Hello and welcome. I am the Last Hit Point Hero, and you have found your way to Neon Lights Roleplay. We are so very glad you're here and hope you enjoy your stay. Tonight, we return to our playthrough of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition adventure module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. To hold is to have unchanging eternity in the palm of my hand. First and foremost, no attempts to make the story child appropriate have occurred. This is a tale of cold isolation, alien incursion, and self-centered divinities. This actual play stream contains adult language, descriptions of violence and light gore, scary images, and generally speaking, a great deal of cold. Our players are here to warm the night. Safety tools are in place for the players, but you as a viewer do not have such a luxury, so if anything makes you uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, feel free to step away. We will be here for the next several hours, and you can wander your way back in at your convenience, but barring that, kick back, relax, keep all heads, hands, paws, and claws inside the stream at all times. Slap the follow button to join the wonderful world of Neon Lights Roleplay. Click the Discord link that just spontaneously appears in chat when it's mentioned. It is as though the deities themselves reach out and place it there. And, above all else, be good. That's the rule. Be good. As for our players, tonight they will all introduce themselves and their characters, basically saying hello, giving us a general idea in the briefest of terms, and answering a question for their character on behalf of their character. That is, what is something that your character would like to forget? That is the question. What is something your character would like to forget? We passed it out earlier. I think that is everything. I do have a ping that I'm going to check, but I think it's just our go live ping. All is good. Let us do our introductions. Beginning, I think below me. I never look at the overlay anymore. Yes, beginning below me. Better than butter on bacon. It's Heck.
Oh wow, that's a high bar. All right, hey everybody, it's me, Sarakalot. As per usual tonight, I'm playing Astoria, the ASMR lore bard, and thinking today about this question, because a little behind the scenes here, we get these questions ahead of time, so we have a little bit of time to think about it. The thing that I think stood out the most to Astoria, at least since joining this group, that she would like to forget, is seeing all the folks that were frozen in the castle and the Frostmaiden's lair, because that's almost everybody she knows here. Except for the party. Anyone she possibly could know here, except for a couple of villagers maybe or something. All of them are frozen in there, and that is kind of a horrifying thought if you think about it too much. So I think she wants to forget that the most out of most things. But yeah, that's me.
Fantastic. Continuing to sorry, I'm going to be distracted for a while by Squiggles, because at this point, I can't tell if he's freezing on purpose in various poses just in case, or if his camera froze again.
My camera froze, so I've
okay.
It's an amazing pose,
It's a very good freeze frame, though.
I took this picture about 5 minutes before, so I was like, okay, just in case it freezes, I'm going to put this on, and then I'll see if I can repair it in the background. But hey, go.
No, anyway, I just want that continuing down and around in the bottom center-ish of your screen, the Genjius beatnik west of the Rockies. It's Al.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Al Luca. My pronouns are they, them. I'm an artist and longtime RPG nerd, and tonight I am playing Mirth, our Copper Dragonborn bard, one of many bards in this party. And thinking about it, Mirth has been carrying since the get-go. One of his many impractical items is a massive journal/sketchbook, and I should make more of a point to mention it when we have downtime during our sessions, but he's always writing in it or illustrating or composing new music. And the reason he does that is because he doesn't want to forget what's happened. And I think what's true for him is that includes some of the horrific stuff. That includes being bitten by a vampiric gnoll. It even includes seeing our friends turn to ice and various other horrors. He doesn't like them, but I think Mirth would rather experience life in its entirety with all of its horrors and joys so that he find the joys all the more sweet. He also believes as a bard in recording events as they happen. That's kind of, I think, one of his values. And he views himself as a chronicler in his own way. So I think he's a blogger, basically. And so he's like, I don't forget things. I post about them constantly. So I think that's his philosophy.
Absolutely. Yep. Squiggle's camera died, so anytime it turns off, it throws us all around.
And I'll
Keep it
put it, once it gets back on,
it'll
it'll go
readjust.
back to
It'll
work.
readjust.
So sorry.
No, you're
Don't
fine.
worry
My
about
whole
You're fine.
laptop just shut down by itself.
Oh,
I'm trying to
no.
get everything sorted out.
Oh no, you're totally
I'm back though. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay,
I'm here.
perfect. All right. Continuing down and around in the usually
overlay.
in the bottom center-ish. Just one glance and you can tell he's cooking with helium. It's tea.
Hello, I'm muted. Hi, I'm T. And I'm here today playing Brahm the Paladin, whose pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are he, they. And I'm here today to play a character. Let's see. Things he would like to forget. Honestly, he would really, he really hates the memory of seeing, like, all of his friends, including people he really cared about, being frozen in ice, but he would really specifically like to unsee Savot being shattered after being frozen solid, like right in front of him. That was a lot.
That is a lot.
That was the most instant trauma ever given by a guest star.
And
Sent
he
me a
was
message.
so happy.
Send me a message. Kill me. Okay.
Emotional damage.
Damage.
We will make this
Emotional.
work.
Oh, God.
Continuing down and around, usually in the bottom right corner of your screen, she's the bee's knees, the cat's meow, all that in a bag of chips. It's Janie Potts.
Hi, Janie. I play May. She, they pronouns. I forgot what I gave May, but I'll just say it's the same thing. I played May, another bard, because I just felt like there should be more bards when I came up with her.
Hmm?
You know, the more the merrier. Is that what they say?
Oh,
There
that's
is.
exactly.
But May's thing that she wants to forget. I mean, she didn't like to see everybody frozen, obviously, but that's a you don't want to see people frozen. But she does not. She wants to forget an adventure that she went on where her person that she was dating got turned into a flame skull.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, that would be a good thing to put behind you.
Yeah,
And
I want to forget that.
It kind of brought all that up again when we fought flame skulls.
Don't worry, I'm sure there won't be more as reminders of what's going on.
Oh boy.
And last
A lot of people.
Foreshadowing.
and last but not least, our guest for this evening. Take too long a butcher's into his minces and you'll beg for a hit or miss. It's Squiggles.
Hey, I like that one. Yeah, hi, I'm Squiggles. I am, my pronouns are he, him. I'm playing the character called Hush, who is not a bard. He is a rogue and a cheeky one at that. And yeah, the question, I think that he wants to forget, well, I want to forget how many times I've frozen today. And I think I'm about to freeze again and I don't like it. But anyway, I think the thing that it would probably be the day that his sister disappeared, really. It was his sister is probably the person he was closest to in his clan, and it was she would do his hair, and they were like a proper big sister, and he was absolutely besotted with her. And for her to just disappear one day, it really kind of messed him up for a little bit until he decided that he was going to go and find her. So, yeah. I think that answers that one.
Fantastic, wonderful. I am, again, the last hit point here. I use the he, him pronouns. I will be the various other NPCs throughout this game this evening. I think that takes us to a bit of a starting point. So before we fade to a scene off camera, by way of summary, there was just a bit of a fight last session, and by a bit of a fight, I mean a vampire gnoll and Ice Mephits dropping icicles did their best to wipe out the party, and
God, those
took
things.
some big chunks out of them along the way. Safe to say the MVP of the party that session were the animated icicles by May the Bard, which absolutely shredded all sorts of stuff in ways that shocked and astounded me.
Freaking incredible. Sorry.
It was amazing. The fight with the vampire and the vampire thrall, who looks is a halfling who looks suspiciously similar to Hush, other than the gaping wound in the side of her neck, even extending to her shoulder. At the end of the session, the party was able to not only slay the gnoll vampire, but follow it back to where it slept, where the paladin did paladin-y things, and Brahm the paladin paladined that vampire right in its paladin, and killed it thoroughly.
That was a sentence.
Freeing.
Killed the hell out of it and then blessed the remains.
Listen,
Yeah,
the word paladin is not the same as the word buffalo. You can't just do that.
Hey, it works. I could visualize the paladining all over that vampire.
Okay.
So it came to mind perfectly. Sorry, Squiggle's camera froze again, so I switched to the picture. I just look up.
Poor
and it's
Squiggles.
a wonderful picture, but for some
This
reason I feel
hates me
vaguely
today.
disapproved
Don't give
of.
up.
It's like
This hates
Even if
me
we just
today.
have a cool picture.
yeah.
Okay.
You look very
Vampire slain. Halfling that looks like Hush, freed from the vampire's grasp, because that's how I do vampires in this world. And that brings us pretty much back to where we were. But before we pick up at that point, we're going to pan the camera back in time just a few weeks, really, maybe a month or two. Eyes rolling, maw slavering, icy cold claw gripping tight. The nightmare creature laughs as she holds the halfling inches from her vampiric fangs. A fight? You put up a fight. Yes, fight. Oh, but you didn't win. No, you lost. You didn't win. No, poor little snack. Poor little snack lost. You fought, but you lost. All for what now? Huh? For this? A trinket, a broken toy? Is this what you want? The gnoll vampire holds in the other claw what looks like a metallic hat or a helmet. Plain, bowl-like almost. Useless. Gone now, like you gone. Gone, Snack. Wait, no, not gone. You're still here, Snack. Time for a snack. You want this? You want this? Stay like me, longing, like me, hungering, like me, wanting. This? The creature pitches that small helmet down a smooth tunnel of ice. Now I snack. Just a taste, so you stay. So you stay, but never go. So you want, but never get like me. So hungry, just a taste. Just taste. The image fades out, and we come back to that same squirming halfling, laying down in the snow, looking up into her little brother's eyes. Hush.
Olani, you okay? Olani?
Olani starts to lean up, but immediately just gets dizzy, leans back down.
I try and support her. Hush. Tears, just waterfalling all over his cheeks. Just you're gonna be okay, all right? You're gonna be okay. There are like some amazing people here who can do some amazing things with magic and stuff. You're gonna be a-okay, okay?
Hush, hush, hush.
Mhm.
She reaches up. Your face is filthy. When's the last time you washed it?
I've been
Just get me up.
okay. All right. That's kind of
We're
rude,
all help
right?
her up.
That's really rude. It's been
It's
a hard time. Okay.
I'm here now. It's fine. You're here now.
Yeah.
You weren't supposed to. What's wrong?
You went away.
I told you I had to get away.
I didn't know you would.
I left you that for an emergency. What is wrong?
I don't think I can hack it there. It's hard, you know, and like I get why you left. And I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do to be with you, and we can do this together.
Hush.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
Hush. A little hush. I left because I knew that I could. And you weren't ready yet. I left you that to find me when you were ready. Were you followed? I really wish you would have answered that question much quicker. Well,
I don't know. I wasn't being as careful as.
Mirth puts out a hand and clears his throat. Pardon me for interrupting, he says. But
It's okay.
I think we might be missing something here. And I think he kind of squats down and offers your sibling, like, I think actually like a full-ass silk handkerchief that is weirdly untouched. One of his like prized little items. He hands it to her because she might want to, wipe some of the blood. I don't know. There's a lot happening, but he's too polite to point it out. And I think he says, I want to make sure we get off on the right foot. Hush is a remarkable person and has worked really hard to come and I think find you. And, madam, you were not in the best straits up until a few minutes ago. I think that he's just worried about you, and we are too.
I don't mean to be unappreciative. I was just so close. And yes, it went a bit south. Not all jobs go the way that they should. I'm soft, by the way.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Mirth.
And you've been keeping an eye on.
I should have been using your code name. I'm really sorry. Really sorry about that.
Hush.
Yeah.
Now you understand where he got that name.
Yeah.
I assume you've been taking care of my little brother for a while then?
He's been taking care of us.
Yeah.
He can do some remarkable things,
Yeah.
But why are you here in this cursed place? You shouldn't be here, either of you. It's very dangerous. What could possibly be here that you need so much as to risk it?
It's so true. We shouldn't be here. We should go home.
I
Honestly.
I have a quest. There's something in here I need to find.
Okay, well, let's find it together, and then we can go home. You know? Or we don't have to go home. We can go anywhere, you know? Just... I need you around. Soft, I do.
I know, Hush. I know. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry this is the choice that I made, but it's the one we had to make. For the time being, you are safer with Still and the mini sisters.
Looking
And that's
around.
where I
just
thought
making
you'd
sure.
stay.
Like I said, it's Mama's going. It's getting tough. That's what I'm saying. It's getting so tough and hard, and Mama's sending us everywhere, here and back, and there doesn't seem to be any, I don't know, plan or...
Mama was always ambitious.
Yeah.
I figured it wouldn't be long before Mute took over and things would change.
Oh no, that...
I thought it would change for the best, but I said some things that can't be unsaid, and did some things that can't be undone. And I just needed out, Hush. I needed out and far away and to start over. And I know that starting over from nothing would be hard. On me, you. I needed to just forget.
Well, now we can do it together. Yeah?
We've always worked well together. I suppose we can do that.
I'm gonna give her a hug now. I'm just gonna close my eyes and just give her a big hug.
She kind of lifts up one arm, fairly lazily, but you can feel the strength of her grip. I do have I suppose, at this point, Soft is going to look over at the tower that Brahm crashed through a little while ago. Oh, I remember now. Oh, I remember now. I'm so sorry, all of you. Oh.
Hey, so it's okay.
I
know. I knew it wasn't you. It definitely wasn't you. And
I'm just gonna sit down, and she goes over and just sits next to the pillar, kind of collapses.
I'm like a magnet now. Just anywhere she goes, I'm following.
So as the two siblings bundle together and converse, Mirth whispers a stage whisper. Okay, group huddle. And then he sort of grabs Astoria and May and Brahm and pulls everybody together, right there, barely moving. And he whispers, what do we do?
Brahm and Astoria are still in the other room.
Yeah.
We still ran
that
through
case,
the darkness. I
group
don't even
huddle.
know, like, as a player on
Janie,
the map, where to go.
Mirth grabs May and leans in and goes, okay, group huddle, grabs just her. What do we do?
Well,
I have no idea what they're talking about, but there's so little and the world is about to end, and apparently they're on some kind of quest that's important enough to risk getting frozen over in this hellish, blighted place.
Well, normally I'd send them home, but that's not the best idea right now.
Yeah, sounds like their home is shite, honestly.
There's nowhere we could really send them that's safe.
Maybe we should just bring them with us? They could probably... Mirth looks over his own shoulder at the pair, as if their voices aren't echoing in the giant icy room. And he looks back at May and goes, can you send a message to I almost said to the gays because of our conversation earlier. Can you send a message to our holy warriors to bring them back and inform them of the
Call for
situation?
gays.
Can you send a message to the gays?
I think I have to see them to send them a message.
Shoot.
No.
Well, in that case.
So there is too much ice for message to go through. You would know that.
Oh, okay.
Message is blocked by solid objects, and although
What about
ice isn't
sending?
mentioned in it,
Look, we can message each
sending
other.
is anything. Sending's anywhere.
I have sending.
Merc, we can message each other.
We can, and I love that. You haven't checked the group chat in a while, but I'm going to go ahead and send sending for just a minute. I think I can do this through ice, and Mirth is going to do it through ice. And I think the way he does it is he closes his eyes and he dramatically furrows his scaly little brow, and I think there's a quiet dial-up noise, and which we wouldn't know as a dial-up noise, but breaking the fourth wall the Beavers do. I think he sends a message to Astoria and says, I think he updates Astoria on the situation. Astoria, hopefully you're doing all right, and hopefully you were able, I assume, to take out the vampire because Hush's sibling is awake now. But things seem kind of complicated, and it looks like
It's 25 words.
Mirth keeps talking, and it seems like, and he has no idea he's like run out of minutes. He's like, and it seems like maybe they're not as well informed as they could be about this location. Like, and I think he goes on for a fair bit until there's no response from Astoria, and then kind of an awkward pause. I actually don't know if that worked, May.
How long did you go on for?
Until you tell him to shut up.
Yeah, it worked.
Astoria, you get a message.
All of it.
There's an odd screeching sound for a moment. You can't quite place it. It's like an off-tempo screechy beat. It's really, yep. And you start to get a message from Mirth that ends about the time Mirth says, and it's complicated, which was just before the actual presentation of what happened. So
That's so in character. Shit.
It really is, though.
God damn it.
Wouldn't have it any other way, to be honest.
So that's the message you receive. Brahm and
Hope it's
Astoria,
helpful.
you are over the dust that remains from the disintegration of the gnoll vampire, standing next to an altar of some kind.
Brahm is going to bless he's going to consecrate the remains of the vampire, and also pour holy water on it, and then go and investigate the slab. I don't think he can't really message back, but he knows they have to go. But he's going to take a look at the slab.
Taking a closer look, this definitely seems to be some kind. Well, at first seemed like an altar. It's more of a pillar of some kind that has fallen over, almost like a small obelisk that fell over and broke. Part of it is missing from the top. Maybe some jagged remains of shards of maybe a glass of some kind, almost a clear point that would have been on one end. There is writing on it. Real quick, what languages do you understand?
Probably not the one he needs to know.
Do you recall if you know Draconic?
No. Don't
Okay.
know that one.
So that you can recognize the writing. It's definitely in the Draconic family. Not certain exactly what the writing is, but there is quite a bit of writing on it. That's pretty much it from what you recognize. You can give me a religion check, or if you have some other idea, you can
I'm
voice
gonna
it.
do religion. He's occasionally good at that. Let's see. Where's your religion check? Go, Pokeball. Are you dumb? Is he dumb?
Got
A total
Oh.
of 7.
Boo.
You brush some frost off of it. You're not certain. It could be for religious purposes of some kind. but it's not particularly clear.
All right. He's like, I'll show it to Mirth later. He looks at Astoria and seems like he's ready to leave this place, rejoin the others for now.
Do you remember the way back? I don't think I do.
I do, he says. And he's going to take her hand in case there's more vampires popping out of the cracks.
Sorry.
With nothing, with
Oh my
nothing
god,
else.
that was the most awkward reaction. I'm sorry. Pop, I don't know. Bye.
The two of you are able to walk back.
This is amazing.
As you pass into that room, you do see the wall that Brom ran through.
The Kool-Aid man through that wall.
Kool-Aid that
yeah.
wall. And then you Kool-Aided the next wall as well.
Yep.
And as you step out of that second wall into the main room, you can see May and Mirth are huddled together, not too far away from a pair of halflings, Hush and what formerly was the vampire spawn trying to eat you. You step through, and as you do, the halfling kind of comes to a little bit and looks up in your direction. Yes, you are the one that went rushing through that wall, aren't you?
She's like, yes, the stupid one. No, I'm just kidding.
Seriously, Soft, he is so cool and strong, and he just, like the way he charged through. I've never seen anything like it. You know, it was awesome. It was awesome.
I have never seen someone so thoroughly destroy a multi-millennium old artifact.
It's not like we need it.
Brom turns slightly red as he stands there. He actually notices the large wound. Wow, what is her name? It's
Well, you wouldn't know yet, but it's soft.
Yes, soft.
She sees you staring, and she goes, "It's soft."
Oh, yes. Can I? He holds out his hand. Heal you.
Don't know quite what will happen. I've been like this for weeks at this point. It hasn't bled. Oh, look, there it goes.
Oh man.
Yeah. Just a touch of healing would be greatly appreciated.
He casts Cure Wounds and restores 9 HP. Unfortunately, I think he laid on hands someone earlier. I don't remember.
Yep.
I think it was Hush. I think he gave all of it to Hush. So now he's using spell slot. But he does that. He also looks around and notices that everyone looks really beaten up. Is everyone okay?
I'm good. I'm okay. I managed to. Well, you helped me a great deal. Thank you. Oh, guys, I'm so relieved.
I think my fingernails are falling out, says Mirth. He, by the way, is still looking necrotic. Kind of pale and gross, and he's staring. I think I need to sit down for an hour.
Please
and
do.
have a short rest.
Oh my god.
Short rest is good. Brom can use some of his first level spells to heal people if they need it, or I think other
That would be
people.
great, actually. Mirth would say yes.
I don't think I use my first level spells normally, so. Let me see. How many of these do I got?
If you have enough, that would be
Oh, I have 4. So
wonderful.
If we're taking a short rest, we can also do Song of Rest.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna rest anyway, we can just sing ourselves. Yeah, never mind. Save your spells.
Well, I mean, it's a D10, so let's see how well the D10 does.
Fair enough.
We'll roll it.
Lady Luck.
If I may, you all seem to be winding down a little bit. If we have time, this tower here, you just here. Follow me a second. Help me up, Hush.
Okay.
Soft will get up and start making her way over to the tower. And she will pause and survey the damage done to the side of it. Sigh a little bit and step over through the hole that Brahm made, and inside she will point to writing that is all along the walls. All of you have run into this before. This is Nethralese writing. This is the language of Laros. So you do recognize what it is. And there is a shimmer, almost a pulse, that is illuminating the lettering as it's kind of spinning. Like it's the RGB is going. You know, I mean, the lights are spinning, the not bright, but just this dim glow that passes over these letters. And when it hits where the hole in the wall is, it kind of scatters a little bit before coalescing on the other side and continuing around. Well, that's good news at least. Still seems to function.
Interesting. What does it do?
What is it?
Can you read this?
I have been doing some studying. I can't read it per se, but I do understand what this does. You see, Hush, when I was looking for a way out, I had to find a way to just break ties. I mean, that's really the only way to do it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And doing some study, in fact, it was on a mission that Mama sent me on, I heard about the Nethralese wizards. Powerful wizards. Their cities used to float in the sky, and they knew magic that could rock the world itself. They actually caused the devastation, death of Mistral, the rise of a new god of magic, an entirely new era, all because of the power of their magic. And you know, Mama, there's really no getting away. Well, I did some looking and did some research, and I found a way. And it led me here.
Mirth gives, as she's speaking, Mirth gives everybody bombastic side-eyed, knowing that we have a magical with infinite knowledge about this topic that this individual seems to want. However, given the shadiness of our small compatriots, Mirth is disinclined to show all of our hand all at once, especially because Soft is kind of intimidating. Even though she's little, she seems to know a lot, and she's secretive, and we just don't have enough information yet. So Mirth would like to ask for more information from Soft. Would you like me to roll diplomacy for that? Or would you like to try and roleplay it out, DM?
Whichever you're comfortable with is fine with me.
I haven't had, my brain power is so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna rely on the dice for this one to see if
Sounds
Mirth
good.
has a little bit of extra convincing in him to get her to open up faster, maybe. Let's roll.
Persuasion would be fine, or any other tact you would like to take.
Yeah, just persuasion. Pretty straightforward. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. So the assumption with persuasion is that you're being open with her and honest as well, as far as what
Fully
you're trying
honest,
to accomplish, what has been going on, the connections with the Frostmaiden. And as you are discussing that connection with the Frostmaiden, you can recognize that she reacts to that a little bit. But yes, the Frostmaiden laid claim to this city. She walks over and places her hand on the ice, and you can see through the ice there is that skeleton of some ancient skeleton deep beneath the ice.
Does she have a snowflake on her forehead?
She does not. A very good question.
Good
She does
question.
not.
Is she radiating evil energy again? Anymore?
She places a hand on the ice and says, "The Frostmaiden is powerful up here." And I learned that she had laid claim to this entire city of Netherlese artifacts. Did
And
some
she's laying
research,
claim-
found a book, and, well, I think I found my way free of the many sisters. And that's what led me here.
The many
I-
sisters?
It is Hush and I's family.
Yeah.
Sounds complicated, judging by what you were talking about earlier. And yeah, I was eavesdropping. What's the deal with that?
It's a lot. Let's deal with the issue at hand first, and then we'll get to that. That's all right.
Mirth is gonna push the issue here. He's actually, like, he doesn't want... He recognizes judo when he hears it, and he's like, no, like, I'm going to try and push for this. And he's like, I'd like to know about it now, actually. Please, this seems very relevant. In fact, especially if we're going to be traveling near to each other in a cursed place like this, there's a lot at stake. Or Hush, if you'd rather let us know. He looks at Hush. The thing is the reason he hasn't pushed Hush is because he doesn't want to bully him. And it's clear that Hush is sort of deferring to his sibling on this a little bit, so Mirth doesn't want to be like, you know what I mean? So, but yeah.
With this interaction, actually, you can see Hush is like... Hush almost wants to tell everything because he's, you know, he's done what he is supposed to have done, and so everything's cool. But in the presence of his older sister, he's very much like, "Is this okay? Can we talk? Are safe?" Not saying anything, but it's just doing the eyes, like looking between Mirth and
Yeah. As you kind of push soft for more information, you can see her entire demeanor shift slightly, and you can see her go just a little bit more stony faced. It softens for a moment. You are very, very persuasive with a 20. And she looks over at Hush and says, just the broad strokes.
Okay. So yeah, our family are called the Many Sisters. We are a clan for hire. Broad strokes, right? Yeah, we'll get asked to like do stuff for, I don't know, families or nobles, and I mean, I guess whoever's just paying the highest. And sometimes it's like, you know, just stealing a trinket or something like that. That's what I'm usually good at. Sometimes it's a little bit
Do you kill people?
Let's keep it in the realm of specialized acquisitions. Just as kill
Mirth
people cuts
flirting.
through the word specialized acquisitions.
specialized acquisitions is a really great turn of phrase, actually. I like that. Yeah. Specialized acquisitions, and
Right.
yeah.
So, what were you acquiring, and are you said you're close?
I mean, I kind of wanted out because, you know, Soft wanted to, well, Soft left, I don't know, 6 months ago, and without her there, I just couldn't take it. The jobs were getting harder, they were getting nonsensical. I just missed her. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it didn't seem right being there anymore without, you know, the one person that was looking out for me.
It is very sweet of you, Hush.
It's the truth. I don't know. Say it.
Oh, that was out of character. Hey, Mirth wants to roll to see what he knows about the many.
Go ahead.
What shall I roll, DM?
So, as I have done with bards before, I do it more as a charisma thing, where you might rather than anything, rather than strictly knowledge.
Mm.
Kind of a street smarts type situation.
So a d20 plus charisma?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. 21.
You know of the way in which Hush is speaking around the issue, that you can piece together that it's likely the Mini Sisters are something of a mercenary band. More like a thieves guild than mercenaries, though.
Okay.
Some of the ways in which both Soft and Hush answer around a question are very familiar to interactions you've had with folks that are not always on the right side of the law, so to speak.
Yeah.
As for your question of do we kill people? Well, I can say safely that we do what needs to be done to finish the job. And the quieter it is, the better it is.
Mirth.
So, yeah, so specifically Mini Sisters, no, just in a general sense.
Yeah, okay. So
Yep.
sounds like they are a high-level thieves guild that has their own kind of code and way of being with an emphasis on discretion, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mirth is fully satisfied with that tiny nugget of information. He just wanted some context for who we're dealing with us, right? Because honestly, we've been running into cultists and some really suspicious figures, and actually, he's going to say something to that effect out loud and just be clear. And he says, thank you. And he just says, forgive my suspicion. We have just run into so many characters out here. I'll just say that. Cultists and people who want to use us and people who are possessed.
Well, you know the good thing about a cult, though, don't you?
What's that?
They are remarkably easy to infiltrate.
And that is true.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
I mean, that's how we got in with the text.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
I guess anyone can read it.
They're the opposites of, well, really don't know how to say this. Most cults are full of fairly gullible individuals just looking for direction, and well, we just have a tendency to point this way and go that way, and they chase their tails while I get done what I need to get done. Unfortunately, not everything in here seems to abide by those same rules. She absent-mindedly reaches up to the gnoll vampire wound.
Okay, Mirth has been so talkative, forgive me on this, but she is so interesting, I cannot stop. She's just a wealth of lore, and Mirth is clicking every option. So Mirth is listening, rapt at this, and he's kind of pushing his luck, but he's like, so what are you looking for up here? Is this a job or an escape? And why do you need to know about the Nethralese? I came here for curiosity, but it sounds like you might have come very different.
Again, she gets that little bit of a stone-faced look. I have a bit of a quest to accomplish in here. But it is the means for getting out of my situation. In fact, my studies into the Nethralese and the luck of, well, just how open cults can be once you get involved, is this place, for starters. And she is going to step up to the wall where the letters are glowing, and the glow makes its way around, and as it does, she lifts a finger and traces it. The Nethralese were great wizards that, well, they liked to show off. These towers usually have their great accomplishment within. Each wizard has some lifelong goal, some arcane mystery that they have unlocked. It's their rite of passage as an order, at least as far as the histories can tell. This one, and she points to a word. She was interested in memory. And as a wizard, I think it can help all of you who, especially as you just healed me mystically. Brahm, I appreciate that expenditure.
Brahm nods. He's been fairly quiet through all of this, although he's taken off his helmet. His hair, which was sweaty, is now like frozen. He's gross. And now he's like quietly Unfortunately, when you are outside in like sub-zero temperatures and like you exercise and stuff, you will literally steam, which I hadn't thought of, but then it happened and I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that's the thing that happens. So yeah, he's just quietly steaming. Kind of gross also.
He's so cool. He generates his own fire just by being.
All right. I guess it's cool if you do that. It's cool if you think about it in a Full Metal Alchemist way and not think about it in that like you've generated heat in a cold area.
I always appreciate your ability to find someone to look up to, little brother.
He pats Hush on the shoulder very gently.
So, this place, prior to my, let's say, engagement, I was working on understanding this tower, this accomplishment, and from what I can tell, something about arcane memory. In fact, I'm fairly certain that you can make an exchange for spells here. And she is going to step up to the wall and start tracing a few of the characters. I think with just a short rest within it, if you hold a memory in the forefront of your mind, it will pass and magic will be restored. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but there is some kind of an exchange. The Netherlees were bargainers. I'm not sure how much you've run into them, but they could do mighty things, but they liked to be paid for their work.
Out of character, do we want to show Soft the Professor Scant orb? Asking some of the core party here.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, like, she's been more than fair.
Yeah. Who wants to do that isn't Mirth, because he's been taking up a lot of airtime.
I think Astoria is carrying the professor anyway. I want to say.
Yeah.
Astoria, we elect you.
We elect thee.
The brain cell.
Prime Minister brain cell.
Take the brain cell and hold it carefully.
Ron certainly
Baby
doesn't have it
Bjorn.
when it comes to killing things, apparently.
And breaking walls.
Yeah,
Oh.
breaking walls and murder. He's got like a PhD.
Very-
Everything else. Negative
PhD?
PhD in murder.
Dr. Murder.
Dr. Murder. See? Look, there you go. Perfect.
Dr.
Oh
Murder.
my god.
Oh boy.
But yeah.
Actually, glad I'm
Oh
here.
my gosh.
Like,
The
like-
Yes.
the command word
Yes.
is in the notes, but I don't remember it. Hold on.
Oh, what are you looking for?
What was the command word again?
Class,
Oh,
in the notes.
I think.
it's in our notes, which no one
It's
uses but me. They say
Classes
sourly.
in session, I think.
Okay, yeah, so it was like
Yes.
it was something like that. I didn't know how specific we had to be. Okay, yeah. Astoria will take out the professor. Say class is in session.
Hush, you and Soft see for the first time this small metallic orb. Probably, if I remember right, about the size of a volleyball,
Mhm.
if I recall. Perfectly smooth on all
Wilson.
sides. And as Astoria takes out this metallic ball, she says aloud, "Class is in session," and it begins to spin. And she lets go, and as it spins, it hovers there in the air before almost an internal glow of sorts. The metal goes translucent, almost like glass, and an inner glow emerges. The ball hovers for a moment. It goes, oh, well, I'm so terribly sorry. I must have gotten a bit distracted there. Did someone say that it was time for class? What was on the syllabus for today? I can't seem to recall.
The function of Netherly's towers and a exchange, different rituals that would be about exchange of magic.
Oh, the Netherly's towers. Oh, yes, from the Magi Arcani. Oh, it is a beautiful tradition, and it is one that we should probably explore in at least some general terms before we get to, really what's the meat of the issue, if you will, when it comes to this is such a specific element of Netherly's culture. You see, the Netherlese, as wizards, believed very firmly in the importance of knowledge above all things, and so they would train, they would teach, they would study, they would learn, they would continue to envelop. He goes on in generalities for about 15 minutes. After a roundabout way of talking about how important knowledge is, he finally gets back, circles back around. Yes, the Netherly's Tower is an amazing tradition within Netherly's wizardry. You see, part of their pinnacle, of their reaching of status, is to have a spell or a mechanism or a machine or some kind of arcane function which mystifies and amazes and otherwise produces some kind of fantastical effect. However, the Netherlys were very selfish and generally would have some kind of exchange which takes place. There are a few benevolent ones, but not very many. More often than not, there was an offer of something in exchange to see the trick play out, so to speak. But with the Netherlys, it's not really a trick. It is, which is why the price could sometimes be steep. It is not uncommon for Netherlys wizards to make requests about even lifeblood being spilled, or the giving up of memory of some kind, or an exchange of arcane power itself. Some of the more prominent members would require an expenditure of arcane energy in order to share their secrets, and then they would hoard that energy for their own uses. So there's really quite a wide range of different exchanges. The rituals are usually fairly straightforward. You can simply read the writing around the tower itself, and that will explain what needs to be done in order to activate the effect. Sometimes it's just a matter of putting a crystal in and pushing a lever. Sometimes there are other spells. Occasionally, if you find the right buttons, the wizard themselves will brag about whatever it is they have created. But that was really just mostly for the more egotistical wizards and not all that common. It was just written there. The expectation would be that the wizards themselves would be present when showing the trick. He continues for another 45 minutes.
This is what happened to Mirth. When Mirth used the cloning thing, it sucked his arcane power out of him.
But also, I want to point out,
what is that?
it was the wizard gloating about the thing that he made. There's that whole announcement about it. So it's like it's very on brand for what we've seen already.
Amazing.
Professor Scant gets to the very end of the spliel. Any questions from the class? I think we have time for one or two.
Hush is completely slack jaw at this point. As
Brom is also staring vacantly, even though he knows
What is happening?
Brom!
He stares back.
I love Brom.
Soft immediately took out a notebook and has been taking studious notes, paying very close attention to everything being said.
Mirth is looking a little smug, like he had anything to do with this. What was Brom saying? I'm sorry, Jar.
Brom didn't say anything. He has that expression where like you haven't zoned out and you're like trying to listen, but you actually don't understand anything. Like the one time my beloved astrophysics major invited me to sit into her class, and I was just like,
the white lady with the math gif?
yeah, that was my face. For the whole hour, I was just like, what is going on? And then we got into math, and I'm like, oh no, my other weakness, math. And then, yeah, I was just like, I'm so glad this is not my major. No.
So
Yeah,
One went
that's
full
pretty
full
fun.
anime, old anime man, just like nodding, but not taking anything in. I love that idea.
Exactly.
so you
No.
touch and gain a spell.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that in the back?
Do you touch it and you gain a spell? You
Well,
exchange
you
for spell.
simply. It depends entirely on the wizard themselves. I mean, the activation is there within the wall at some point. You simply offer the exchange, and you get whatever the example of their great and mystical powers and magic are. You see, they tend to be quite proud of that. They like to show off. So simply by following the instructions, you should be able to achieve whatever goal it is that the tower itself. The answer takes about 15 minutes.
Okay. So one more question then. So these wizards were so, vain or showy, I guess is a better way to say it. Would they have their own sigils or insignia or some way to identify them that maybe we could figure out what wizard made what?
Usually they would put their names outside their towers above the door itself as a means of saying house of, tower of, realm of. Sometimes they get pretty showy. There would be the great arcane hall of, Neferia, or the great arcane hall of Philippi, or they would be present. So it's likely that if you're looking for that name itself, you could. Wait, have you not finished your Loris 1 course? Have none of you finished the course on the
Thanks,
language?
Professor.
You're telling me that they
What's
let
the
all
bell?
of
I
you
think
in my
there's a
class
bell.
and you don't even have the basics of Netherlias down? You're
God.
telling me you cannot read Loris? None of you. This is ridiculous. I'm going to talk to the registrar.
We're in bed
And,
today.
and the orb slows down and starts to become metallic again.
Oh no, he's mad at us.
He'll forget by next time.
I
He's
hope
probably
so.
doing. I feel like he lives on so many intellectual dimensions. He barely remembers us when we do show up. He probably doesn't even know what our faces look like. Like,
Does he have
you know
eyes?
what I mean?
Brom was like gently nodding while averting his eyes while Professor Stan yelled at them. And like he's a very large man. Like I think he's probably the largest person here, but he's done that thing that large people do where they kind of like squish down, like to look smaller when especially when someone's mad at them or they're being yelled at.
Shrinking.
Yes, where they're attempting to shrink into themselves and disappear, but it's physically impossible because they're large.
Poor Brom.
It's just like
Hush is like, is there a small person in there?
It's a series of tubes. I think
May just looks bored.
May's seen it all. No, it's magic. He could be in there, but he's like a library crammed into a ball.
It's like a
It's a Professor Orb. Soft will speak up. Arcane device, expert in a single field. You can actually reprogram those things,
oh, how do you reprogram it?
Oh
But
no.
you have to take it into a place of learning, whether it's an academy, a school, something that is dedicated to learning itself. And over the course of a 10-day, merely asking questions about a singular topic will allow it to absorb information from the ether itself and become an expert. It's quite fascinating.
So can I have this after we save the world?
Yes.
Thanks.
It's amazing that you have a Professor Orb. They're incredibly rare. Usually the Red Wizards make use of them, but they tend to be, well, Thayans as well. Problems.
Oh man, red wizards.
We're not red wizards. We promise.
I didn't get that impression. But that was...
The underpinning to that is we're too dumb to be.
I'm just
None of us had int high enough. Wait, Astoria smart. Could you be a red wizard, Astoria?
Possibly, but I wouldn't want to be.
I'm just a simple bard.
Yeah, that's true. Also, all of us would have to be bald, so like that's the first step.
Yeah, we could not handle that.
No.
The
No L2.
Soft looks over. That was incredibly useful. It gives me a lot to work with. I do need one other thing though. Hush, darling.
Yeah.
Would you and your friends do me just a great favor while I work on this? You see, there was a device that I had, something to something to really help break the ties between myself and the mini sisters. It's kind of helmet shaped, but not. It's not like his helmet, pointing over at Brahm. More of like a skull cap or a metal bowl of sorts.
And you had it?
I did, right before
Oh man.
my incident. The well, there's a chamber where some more of this tower is, just to the south, and that's where I had the conflict with the the gnoll vampire. I
Well.
remember it being tossed down a smooth tunnel before everything went dark for a while. I haven't been able to go any further than really where I am, and well, these chambers, assuming, well, did you fight off the flaming skulls?
Oh yeah, we messed them up. Oh yeah, you should have seen me. I was great. Like, wow,
Oh,
I was in my
he
element.
was.
And oh my
Was
god, you missed. I mean, you see the lady at the back. Yeah, her name's May, and she just like made all of these like icicles come to life, and it was just like. And it was
That's-
amazing, and like this, they all just started falling out of the sky, and she was just standing there like some kind of, I don't know, warrior princess, and it was so cool. Anyway,
It was so cool.
yeah,
very
it was, wasn't it? It was so cool.
So cool.
Well, it seems you all have that you found quite the band to spend time with. Did you go as far as the Golem's Head and the shadows beyond?
The two of us did.
You did.
I didn't get a chance to study that particular device. It seems to react but not speak, but I was distracted by, well, really what I needed to accomplish here. And
You learned more than we did. We ran past it. It was kind of a scramble.
understandable. And then my, well, don't know how you would refer to, let's say, captor, disallowed any further progress within. But yes, the cap should be at the bottom of a smooth tunnel somewhere fairly nearby.
We did pass a number of tunnels, or at least the bottom of one,
You did.
a ways back.
Do you say in this direction?
To the south, she points
South. Oh,
that way.
Now we
Well-
are assisting you, correct?
I'll go. It's cool. Yeah, I'll just go and see if I can find it.
Wait,
Mace was to send a message to Mirth and
Mhm.
say, "Can we ask, like, for payment or something?"
Nah, it's cooler not to.
Didn't hear that. Not fair.
The Soft starts going over to the bricks that are on the ground. This may take me some time. I need to, well, get this back together to a sort. Bring that back to me, would you? Be a dear.
Honest, sis. I have to start heading out. Do you guys want to wait here? I don't know. I might be a couple seconds. I don't know. Or I kind of don't know what I'm looking for. Wait, sis, did you say it's a helmet? Was it a like? Does it come down to your ears? Does it cover your ears?
About
what was-
eyebrow height. It's more like a bowl. You remember how we used to put the bowl on your head in order to cut your hair around?
Yeah,
Oh.
That it's just like that.
I know exactly what I'm looking for. Then just walks out of the room. Just
He cried every time he got a haircut, and until he was 10 years old.
Brom doesn't say
hair.
no, but he kind of like glances over. His hair does look very nice. Brom has probably never had a haircut. His hair is so long, although it's all like braided.
Mirth, by the way, just on a mechanical level, is going to take a short rest if that's cool, and recover up those hit points. And DM, one question: is his max hit point still at 63? Is that going to take some time to?
It
Normalize.
requires a long rest for that to go away.
Okay.
So yes, effectively, the essentially the hour plus conversation with Professor Scant serves as a short rest. Everyone can take a benefit from a short rest.
Woohoo.
What are
We'll
the
have
benefits?
to be careful with Mirth, to be honest. He's a little bit
think-
fragile.
I'm
that's
curious
okay.
the wall. Like, I want to try it out.
Three.
Damn.
If you would like to, it would take another short rest to do that.
Okay. No. I don't want to waste any time.
Back to full health.
Brom is probably gonna lay on hand. Not lay on hand. He doesn't have any. He does have some healing if anyone wants some. It's really inconvenient to heal in battle, so
No, we're good. Just spending the hit dice. Fine.
he's gonna cure himself.
May as well do one.
Yeah, and then whatever the D10 roll of that song of rest was that
It
happened
was a
just before
5.
Professor Scant.
Oh
5.
yeah, 5. Nice. Take it.
That did take me up to full. Nice.
Brom has so much hit points.
See, May's at 37 out of 48.
Brom has hit points again.
Yay.
All right.
Hush is at full at 73, and before he leaves, I forgot that I was going to do my psychic whispers and link to. You can only link to 4 people, so it'd probably be his sister. Probably. In fact, he'll probably just do his sister for the time being. Just link to her.
Interesting.
As you start to leave, she will say, before you go, and she will reach up and take one of your 2 earrings. So
Why
she
do
has, so you have your 2 and hers, and she has hers and none, so she's going to take one of your 2. So you each have one of each other's earrings.
Okay. Cool. All right. I'll be back in a sec.
Anyone else going to follow, or is Hush going to go off on his own?
No, Brom's gonna fall.
Yeah, we're
Okay, I
gonna
was just
go on an
wondering.
adventure.
Okay,
Is
just checking.
Hush leaving while we're resting? Because Mirth is gonna.
No,
we're
the
gonna
rest came in during the Professor Scant
Oh, okay.
conversation.
Oh,
Yep.
sure. We'll go.
So-
we'll trail behind him then.
Yep, you have the benefits of a short rest.
Don't want to get in the way of him if he's stealthing, which means Brom don't go clunking. But if stealth is involved,
Brom is the opposite of stealth. Brom is creating light with his sword so that he can see with his sad human eyes. So
As you head toward the tunnel to the south, there is an icy ramp. It's something familiar to an extent of what Brom crashed down not too long ago. You know to be very careful as you make your way down.
Hush is going to sit on his butt and just slide.
Okay.
good.
You sit, you slide down safely, kind of bump against one wall, and slide spinning into another room. It drops probably only about another 10-foot drop or so. And as you spin into the room, there is, in the distance, the top of a shattered tower. of similar make and architecture to the tower wall that Brom crashed through not too long ago.
I think. Oh, I don't have a torch. I just remembered that I don't have dark vision.
Oh
And-
no!
Oh, I have been assuming you have dark vision for some reason.
Oh,
so-
no.
Yeah,
you
halflings
are sitting in the
I'll-
dark at the bottom of an icy slide.
Yeah, I went down. I was like, oh, it's dark. I'm just looking through. Oh wait, I have the dagger, don't I? That has the. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. The dagger would have the spell,
Yes,
right?
Your dagger has a cantrip in it.
So I'm gonna rub the spell that had the light spell, dancing light. Sorry, and just
That
cool.
gem fades and no longer has a spell in it.
okay.
And dancing lights illume the room. You see this massive ice cave. Not too unlike what you saw before. There's smooth walls that you can partially see through with various items frozen within here and there. Nothing particularly interesting, most looking like broken rubble. There's a tower collapsed in the middle of the room. Architecture exactly as you'd expect of a Netherese tower. It's almost certainly part of the tower that you just left. Of particular note is a massive 40-foot wide, perfectly smooth hole just to your left.
To my left. This left.
Yep, and then up above you.
Whoa. Whoa.
As you get closer, the magnitude of this is immense. And the sides are almost as smooth as glass. What's everyone else doing?
Probably calling down the ramp because it's been a little bit. Saw like a little bit of like a light at the end of the tunnel, but then like, Hush, you down there?
Would I be able to hear that?
You can hear you're not too far away. Yeah, you can hear.
Okay. I call back out. Yeah. There's a really big hole here.
Okay.
It's really big. Gonna try look down the hole.
It kind of like looks at the other two, and it's like as soon as Astoria hears that, it's like, oh, he's a very curious one. We better get down there. Oh, so Astoria's just kind of just do the same like safe like slide down thing.
All of you are able to slide down. Grab May also.
Sweet.
And yeah, you find yourself there, and off to the side is Hush on his stomach, wiggling toward a 40-foot diameter hole in the floor.
Ooh. How
But-
far is this hole? Like, can the lights go far enough down we can see the bottom?
As you look down, you can see that it curves down and underneath, almost as though it passes back under the room you're in.
Interesting.
I think Hush is gonna go. Just go, like, quietly, but also loud enough to make him just go. Just to see if there's-
Oh no, Echo.
As you coo down, you hear the echo.
This is fun. Hey,
Hey, hey.
Oh my god, fool of a toque.
I know, like let's test this.
I was out of character though. Mirth approved.
Mirth approves.
Al doesn't, Mirth does.
Yeah, just very cautiously, like also kind of coming here towards this edge. Can I discern anything about like how this was made, or why, or with what?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well,
Ooh,
my nature is
ee,
actually not bad,
ting,
but I
ting.
might be a little trash.
Ting, ting,
13.
whoa, bing, bang. 13. You don't know any details about it, but there are creatures within the far north that you heard can pass through ice the way that other creatures can pass through the earth or sand.
Oh,
No.
I'm so worried. No.
I,
Yelling.
did this happen to us earlier? Didn't we have some icy sharks go? Wait, no! This is a hole with the icy shark thing in it. Merce
No,
said that in
That's not what
character.
I was thinking of.
Wait,
We're not
oh,
gonna.
shit.
I'm not gonna
Well,
say what I was.
so you
thinking
recall that the land sharks you fought, the ones that were
Mhm.
experimented on by the illithid creatures, and the holes they left were kind of jagged, soft dirt that was rolled. So even after
Oh.
they left the hole, it was just kind of soft dirt behind. They didn't leave much of a tunnel.
of. Yeah. Heck, the player has theories, but I shouldn't be doing that.
Thou shalt have a fishy on a little dishy.
Fishy, 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 fishy.
Oh gosh.
This is so fun.
We should probably investigate something else, but Brahm doesn't know that because I don't think Astoria has shared anything yet. So he's just kind of looking at it, wondering what the heck it is.
You see a look of dread on Astoria's face as she's looking in a
It's
hole,
like-
and then curiosity, and then uncertainty, and then it
Brahm,
passes.
Brahm just kind of like takes Hush's arm and like gently leads him away from the side.
Oh,
Let's not go.
I wasn't gonna go in. I was just. It's making a really. The acoustics in here.
He kind of like puts his hands to his lips, like. Mm-mm.
Sorry,
Rom
I
the mom.
forgot. I forgot to start talking. I guess, something definitely made this, but I'm not entirely sure what.
So this isn't just a hole. It's.
Mm-mm. Probably a tunnel. That goes a long way.
Let's not go down there. Or summon
Oh.
it.
Okay.
Brahm is going to. Oh, good.
Steps back next to Astoria now. Just. Alright. Cool. Cool.
Brahm is gonna lead them away from the edge to go look at something else. What else do we see in the room, HD?
There is a massive, with the illumination of light you have, are you going to walk around the room or just kind of look around where you're at?
He's
So
gonna
as you
hold
make,
the ground and
as
then
you,
walk.
yeah, as you make your way around, you can see that there's a broken off piece of the tower. It's accessible from the broken bottom. You can see there's shattered, much like the shattered bookcases that you saw before. There's that sort of a feel, as though this was part of the tower that broke. And you can see in, and there's kind of a mess toward the top of the tower. Up to the north east, there is another one of those slick stairwells. This one going up instead of down. Other than that, the walls are frozen. You can give me an investigation check if you'd like as you're looking around.
All right. We'll do that.
Can I do an investigation as well?
Yeah, go ahead. If anyone's
Okay.
looking for anything specific, let me know, because I might ask for something other than a general investigation.
I'm specifically now looking for the cap that my sister has asked for.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and investigation or perception if you're just looking around. Investigation if you're moving stuff around. Brahm, as you go looking throughout, you are digging through the tower, and you can't find anything really that's whole or hasn't been destroyed by either age or whatever caused the tower to fall. And as you are digging through, Hush kind of slips by you and goes to the back. And Hush, you find a small chest, probably about a foot by 6 inches by 6 inches or so. Just a very small box that's still intact and covered in a layer of ice.
Hey. Hey, baby. I'm going to just have a look around the chest, see if there's an easy way to open it, and like, you know, I'm used to this kind of thing. This is what I do. This is what I do, baby.
Yep. You see a pair of latches and a keyhole in the center.
Hell yeah! See the pick locks come out. Looking good. It's like, I found something, and is going to start to. Well, he's gonna start, and then he's gonna go. Oh wait, are there any traps? And just starts like feeling around the way he usually does, just around the edges, and just to make sure that there's nothing around the lock that would surprise him.
So because this hasn't come up, I don't like doing multiple checks for one thing like that because it always feels like the DM's trying to get you on something. So if you do a lockpick on something that is trapped, if you do poorly, then the trap will go off. If you do well, the trap won't go off. So I mix it into one roll rather than multiple rolls to do it. So you can attempt to pick this, and that will be keeping in mind any traps that you would be avoiding, if there are any.
If there are any traps. Terrifying. Okay. I think I roll these two with dexterity, so...
Yeah. A 27 is a solid pick.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
You start picking this lock, and you right away, yep, there's the first pins. Pin 1 is set. Pin 2 is a little loose. Pin 3 is set. Back to pin 2. Pin 2 set. Pin 4. Ooh, pin 4. Pin 4 sparks a little bit. Better use the insulated picks. You choose a different tool, are able to get in there, and there is a sparking sound. Brahm, as you're looking, you look over to the left, and you see what looks like a small bolt of lightning go over Hush's shoulder, and then fizzle, and then there's a click.
Thumbs up in the back. Just big thumbs up. No.
You open it up, and inside is a padded little chest that has 2 potions within it.
Ooh.
Nice.
There are 2 potions of superior healing.
Ooh.
Oh my god. That was straight from the GM.
Ooh. In both hands, just shaking them like,
They
said
glisten,
heal
they hit the
yourselves.
side. You can see the healing bobas floating in them.
Oh my god.
That's so cute. I love. Oh my god, both. Yes.
Why does taking a potion require a full action? Because you have to chew the healing bobas.
you have to chew the healing bonus. It makes total sense. Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's what you find in there. Investigating the rest of this room, it turns out to be fairly empty. There's a couple books. Brahm, you find an intact book, and as you are flipping through it, I would like you to make a straight intelligence check.
Oh,
A gay intelligence check.
Do it.
Well, if it's my intelligence, it might be good, but his intelligence is like,
I believe this time.
oh.
I believe.
Okay.
No!
There is definitely a lot of writing in this book, and as you turn the pages, every
Doesn't
time
have
you
any
turn a
pictures.
page, it like crumples into dust.
Oh my god.
And as you finish and get to the end, you just Brahm closes the now empty book, just the covers of the book together, and slides it back onto the shelf. It's the only book still on the shelf.
I shouldn't have said anything.
No.
So there.
That's so dumb. How could you got over one? I hate him.
No.
Why is he my stupidest character? He's my stupidest character I've ever played.
We love him.
Yeah, that's why we
swear-
love him.
I swear to God, like I have played other paladins who are not this stupid. Anyways,
That was
Let him be
insane.
a golden retriever,
Listen.
okay? We love
Yeah,
him.
he's good. He's good at doing other things
he's
than,
yeah, he's
not than reading.
reading.
In fact, it's probably an opportune time that as Brahm puts that book back, now empty of its pages, devoid of whatever mysteries lay within. The everyone kind of looks around. You gaze around the room, and your eyes fall on a 40-foot wide hole in the floor. You do recall that there was a way to the east, and with Gollum's head, and something further that way. But that gives you some time to think, as we are going to step away for a little bit to take a bit of a break. So think on that, and whether essentially the thing for the players to think on is, are your characters more interested in the hole or the way around that Astoria and Brahm already knows exists? So that's really the above table. Those are the choices for direction you have, and consider that as we take our break. So heck, give us a few. We'll be back in about 5.
All right. See you in a little bit, chat.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for hanging out as we took a much needed walk around the house and stretch. We return to the Cold Hands crew in the remains of part of this wizard's tower that Soft was left behind to research in, contemplating whether to dive down a big scary hole or to seek another route. So that is where we left off. That is where we will pick back up with Hush celebrating the discovery of potions and the group of you coming back together to decide which way to go.
Hands the
Right.
potions over to whoever wants them. It's like, hey, found these.
Squish
Yeah.
needs to take them.
Spread them out through the party. You should hold on to one. And Astoria, do you still have potions on you?
I still do have one of the unstable ones, yeah.
Okay. May, do you have any potions on you? Do you want to be one of our potion holders?
I don't have any potions on me.
Do you want to hold one of them so that way we have the people that can and can't heal or dispersed potion-wise, perhaps?
Thank you. Have I graduated to potion holding now? Do I get a badge?
It's
I mean, we could
part
make one.
of
Mirtha's happy to give you an earring. He has a lot of them in his fins. He'll give you one. They're very pretty, kind of sturdy.
No, she just will paint like a star or something on her.
Oh, I see. She wants some art, some body art. Fair enough. Stick and poke. Maybe later.
No.
Stick poke.
No.
so. What is the decision?
Hush,
Let's
Hush is
take
going
this.
to communicate
Take her out.
back to Soft, just like clarify. Wait, where did you were talking about the helmet thing being thrown? Where did it go?
Yeah, the vampire threw it down that massive hole, that 40-foot tunnel.
Oh man.
I'm not positive what's down there, but I strongly suspect it's, well, from the research I've done, it's probably a Remerez.
Oh man. I don't know what that is, but okay. I'm gonna say it to the group. It's like, hey, so Soft has just told me it's a rigamaround or something like that. Maybe down there. I don't just
All roads lead to Waterdeep?
I guess.
Well, in that case, I vote not jumping down the hole.
Agreed.
No hole jumping.
Let's make our way north then. To Brom. And he's gonna
Okay.
go this way.
Up we go.
Wee.
Whee!
No, I can't.
Rom said that while walking, just stone faced.
Wee.
I don't think I don't
You
think he's ever
imagine.
seen me in his life, to be honest.
All right, an important note as Brahm, you get to the bottom of this stairwell, you take a step and it is.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
You
Prematurely
immediately
threw
have to catch yourself.
Here we go again.
Mamma mia.
Here we go again.
My.
So there is a slip, and you slam your gauntleted hand onto one of these steps as you fall forward.
Oh, right.
It's about 10 feet above you and 30 feet up, but it is incredibly slick. So I'll need to know how you all plan on getting up these.
Brahm is going to climb using his pointy weapons that aren't the sword that he uses all the time.
All right, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Wait, we're going up this time, right? And not down?
Correct. Up, not down.
Okay.
17. He's
17.
Oh, nice.
gonna let rope down so everyone else has an easier time after he climbs up.
Oh, thank God.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So all of you watch. Brahm falls, gets back up, pulls out a pair of daggers that you've like never seen before, but have always been there now that you think about it, and starts to shove them into the ice and pull himself up the stairs. A few moments later, a end of a rope makes its way down.
Huh. I thought those were just built into the belt.
So cool.
Brahm's gonna die under all this admiration, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, well, you didn't see him dissolve the book, did you? Just
That was the opposite of cool.
All right.
All of you can make either an athletics or an acrobatics check with advantage because of the rope.
So give me those
Alright.
acrobatics, please.
Yeah.
acrobatics. Oh,
I think I'm going to take an acrobatics too.
That's fine.
Then teach.
13.
I'll take that 21. Alright.
Not Astoria just flies.
Hush.
Astoria gets a hold of the rope and makes her way up with quite a bit of grace and ease. Hush is not really holding on to the rope. Hush kind of laughs a little and hops up and finds a non-slick spot in the wall and just spider climbs around the wall.
Like Link in Breath of the Wild. Nice. The stamina bar.
And then May, I need either an athletics or acrobatics from May.
Okay, so what if I just want to keep rolling until I get a number that I like?
Did you get a bad roll too? I
Well,
got a 13,
it's-
so you're not alone.
I want to share with y'all in our Discord chat what the roll I got was, because this is unbelievable.
Well, if you share it, the DM's gonna see it and get a hold
That's,
of it. Do it.
you know, that's all of a 2, getting up to 4.
Oh,
Essentially,
shit.
all of you with some work are able to get Mirth and May up, and it takes a little bit of time. Between the
Brom
strength
will
and
literally
sliding.
pull you up like a fish.
Well, you see, that was the initial thought, but as you did that, you hear Mirth go, or not Mirth, I apologize. You hear May go, damn it, fall and release the rope and fall back down. So
No.
it takes a little bit, but it takes about, all told, by the time you went down, searched this room, and got back out, you spent about a half hour in this room down here. Probably a good 10 minutes just trying to get those two up the stairs. It is.
Mirth, by the end of it, is just laying prone on his back with dead eyes, just scraping scraping along the. Brom drags him, like the whole like Lilo and Stitch, leave me alone to die kind of energy.
Yes. Brom helps him up when he gets to the top and kind of pats him on the shoulder.
Shakes off and he's good. He's fine.
May
The minute
feel
he gets up there, he's like, I'm done.
May just wants to like sit down and let you all do it.
Lady May.
And Hush, while you are watching this play out, at first you tried to help, but then, Brahm's really big, tugging on that rope, and you felt like, maybe it wasn't a strength contribution at the moment. I'd like you to give me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
No.
Yeah. Oh dear.
You feel a warm breath pass over your ear.
No.
Ugh. Stranger
And
danger.
before you turn, you hear a voice say, "What are you doing in here?"
Oh.
I think I would immediately throw a psychic knife like away from that direction just to get some distance, just to
Okay.
teleport away. I'm just gonna do that because what?
All right, so go ahead and place yourself wherever you're bamfing.
Where would I go? So it was coming from here. The breath was
Yep,
coming from
Directly
here.
behind you, yes.
Ooh, yeah, I'm just like in that corner, backed up against the wall. Just
Okay. There's nothing there.
No.
Everything seems fine.
guys. Guys,
What is
Guys.
it, Ash?
there's something in here.
What? Says
I don't
Rob.
know.
He's kind of, he pauses, he's pulling, so he can't really do anything. But he kind of like pauses to listen and then keeps pulling. Then he starts pulling faster.
Everyone's able to get to the top of the stairs to get this report.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rom puts on his helmet and closes the front.
It's like Ash pulling his ready for Pokemon battle. Mirth is gonna cast dancing lights, gonna throw them out in front of us a little bit, if that's okay. Given
can.
that Rom.
So
ahead.
Hush has a dancing lights going.
Oh, that's right. Hush has already got it settled. Okay, I wasn't sure if he was in blonde like stealth, but he's there. Cool.
I might make a dancing light that all of you can control, just so you.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Actually, if that's not too much trouble.
But yeah, go ahead and let me know what you're doing, because it won't bother me to find something.
Times like these, I wish I had taken Fairy Fire, the one that lights up people.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So, can we do?
I mean, having it gotten to the top of the stairs, and a party member has told us that there's someone there, I want to look and listen for a person.
Oh, Astoria, you're so smart.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 19?
19. You can hear Hush's heavy breathing, kind of elevated, panicked feel. But other than that, you don't hear anything or see anything.
Well, if there is anyone here, they're very good.
Show yourself, Mirth announces loudly.
You cry that out, and there's no response.
I think Hush is going to start walking into the room, but very, very slowly, like just looking around. Just communicates to them what he heard. Like, someone asked me what I'm doing here, and then there was no one there, but there's someone here. I don't get it.
It's gonna be okay. We're with you.
Rom peeks into the room too, looking around.
Everyone looks around, and you're fairly confident the room's empty.
The hell?
Is there anything interesting here?
So this is the other half of that room that you passed through. You can see the back side of that tower.
Oh.
We made a circle.
Oh no.
The room itself is strewn with rubble, and that's pretty much it. 30-foot high ceiling. Otherwise, it's empty.
All right. There was the pillar that Brom wanted Mirth to look at before they got distracted. So,
You want to show me a pillar?
show you a pillar.
Which pillar?
Can you all control that mote of light I put on there?
Light Chan.
No. Okay.
I
No,
cannot.
like,
I'll do something else then.
Light chan.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why.
I'm cursed. I've done this to everyone. Now everyone does it.
Yep. It did come from you. I got that from you years ago. You've been doing that since high school.
It's because I'm cursed. So like all my friends
Cursed
get
to
like
this
awful
existence.
nicknames. Like I have my dearest Richard Oni-chan, which he hates, but he
Oh,
would like
buddy.
anime.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, I hope you say it in the cringiest voice you can.
Oh, I definitely do, just for him. He's also cringe, but in a different way. But yes, I digress. Light Chan is coming.
Sure.
over.
I will sort out light. You take them up to that same altar that you saw before. Bringing them in, you enter this room. There is a toppled altar, maybe an obelisk, maybe a tower. There's seems to be maybe broken glass on one side. It's hard to be positive, but there's writing on it. And a slight indentation similar to what you saw where Soft was resting. Also, of particular note, you see as you enter into this space that Brahm is leading you, bits and pieces of very old bodies frozen into the ice. It has that larder effect of that other room you were in as well.
This must be the spare larder. Ew.
Like,
Did
don't
he
like
just
that.
sigh and say ew?
Yeah.
Ew.
Brom is going to bring Mirth over to the pillar because he can speak Draconic, and there's
Yeah.
Draconic on there.
Sure.
So pointing at it, there is draconic writing on this pillar, but you recognize the letters. Some of them are shaped a little oddly, but they're nonsense. They don't.
It's
make-
because it's a different language. Mirth says this is written in Draconic, but it's not Draconic. Draconic as a script is used for a lot of old magical things, but it's like using letters of the alphabet in common to describe things phonetically. It can mean something different in different languages. That's interesting.
So what
And
language
then
is
suddenly he becomes unsmart again. I'm sorry, I can't read this. I can tell you what they sound like a little, but is there anything that Mirth can recognize, or is it all just
Nope.
without context? Yep.
It is devoid of context.
Is this a Netherese script, DM, or is this like?
You're able
It
to
is.
piece together. Yes, it's Netherese.
Oh, okay. So Netherese uses Draconic glyphs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it.
Hey,
In that case,
would your orb thing would it be able to read it if you asked it to?
oh,
Unfortunately, that's not how he works. He likes
I
to.
wish he would do that.
Same.
Oh,
Once
likes
he
to
gets
give a
going, he only
lesson.
does classes. Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
that's-
after class hours.
Fine.
I know. But I can record this for later.
Mhm.
Mirth will record some of it. Mirth has been jotting down some of the Netherese we've seen, or at least he's been copying it like copies how something looks. But we haven't presented that to the professor during the lesson. We haven't tried to. I don't know if he would translate it. Doesn't help us now.
No. Well, Guess we could write it down.
Mhm.
Somewhere.
You get a
We'll write it down.
decent impression of it. You get the details, and that's all there is.
Yep.
Brom tells you where he paladined the vampire over there. That corner.
Mhm.
Now with kind of the additional context of the lecture that we got, though, about how a lot of Netherly's inventions and various parts of the arcane with it require some type of exchange. Would I be able to tell if an exchange is supposed to happen here? And if so, was the whole larder effect something of the vampire, or was it something that was here before that?
What I will say, just for clarity, this is associated with the vampire.
Okay.
So all of those bits and pieces, yeah, I see that connection. It's an unintentional connection that I offered. So no, this is not, the pieces are not a Netherly's bargain. This is the vampire collecting those that come to the vault and pulling them in for later.
Okay. Would I still be able to discern if a bargain is supposed to happen here?
Give me an arcane check.
Okay. Arcana. 12.
No, you can't discern anything out of it. It's just seems to be writing of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is associated with a religious order or something.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
We don't know.
A
We
religious
just bumble
order.
through dungeons. This is what we do.
We're little bumblers. With our patient DM being like, I give you rich food and you eat Pringles.
Yeah.
I love unanswered questions in dungeons.
You said knowledge religion might help.
You already did a religion check on this. That's where it was Brom that offered, oh, this might be associated with some kind of religious ceremony.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can I check persuasion?
Anyone else want to try?
Can I check persuasion on it?
You want to persuade the slab?
Yeah.
Yes, persuade
just-
the
what?
rock.
Tell me your secrets. Just tell me your secrets.
Oh, definitely work. I want it to work.
This has the
Okay.
same energy as I intimidate the door.
So there is another path that goes to the east down at the intersection.
Oh,
This was the furthest that Brom and Astoria went
Mhm,
before turning back.
Correct.
Maybe just let me persuade it.
oh,
Yeah. Hush
Oh.
yells as he turns a corner, and there is a 8-foot tall head. Or I guess this is, well, I changed the scale. There's a 30-foot tall head laying on the side, on its
Oh.
side.
My God.
It appears to be made. This looks like stone in the map, but it actually looks much more like metal. The dancing light gleams off of the side of it and catches the eyes of this head itself, which in turn seem to react to the light. For a moment, you're not certain if the gleam was internal or a reflection. I have a picture somewhere that hopefully I can find. Aha! I can't believe I found it. So that is what you see. It's much bigger than that. I had to change the scale of the map, so the art and the scale are different.
Oh.
But it looks like that, except it's like 25 feet big.
Also, how did you literally have a picture of Hush doing that? This is
Exactly.
amazing.
The stars aligned.
That's
The
incredible.
stars 100% aligned.
Hush wants to go inside the head.
The caption is
Oh.
a halfling adventurer encounters the head of. Well, I won't read those last parts.
Yeah, ahead of something. So cool.
is that like, is there a way to get inside the head? Can Hush go?
You go down to where the neck is, and it's broken. You can see that there are tubes and gears, and there's mechanisms covered in ice at its neck.
Oh, it's Castle in the Sky. Says T out of character.
This is awesome.
So strange. What's it made out of? Mirth comes over and wraps it on the side of it.
There's a metallic clang as you rap on the side.
Hollow?
No, more of a thud. There's definitely things in it. And as you knock on it, there is a weak glimmer and flicker in the eyes. And it looks like it fades in and out a little bit before you have a steady, slight glow.
Is it like a
behind the
Xeris? Like,
the lights gleam in unison 3 times.
wait, did it, if Mirth said that out loud, did its eyes gleam like it was answering, or was that just, Mirth plasters his hands on the front and whispers, "Can you hear me?"
The eyes gleam twice.
Don't ask
Does
more questions.
2 mean yes? Does
No,
1
no,
mean no,
no.
then?
Say that again, because I missed all of that question. What does the story ask?
Was the 2 flashes yes? Or is it no?
There's a moment. There's no response.
I was trying to say, don't ask any more questions.
Oh.
Oh, May's so smart. Oh my god, out of character, can I just say how freaking May is sometimes? Meanwhile, in character, Mirth looks cluelessly over at May. Why not?
Because you burnt it out.
Burnt what out? I think
The eyes are still glowing.
Ooh. Mirth steps back, though, and lets May and someone else take charge. He knows when he's out of his depth, sometimes.
Can
No,
I
he
check
doesn't.
if we actually, like, messed it all up by asking too many questions? Right away?
Sorry, May.
You can make an Arcana check. That would be
Feel free to grab him by the scruff if you ever need him to shut up. That is a full invitation with consent from the player. Feel free to just be like, Mirth, actively shut up. And I will roll with that with you. We can role play it out.
Okay, I didn't roll too well. I only got a 12.
12. There are plenty of magical, mystical golems and things like that respond in magical ways. That's what May knows. But the eyes just have a steady gleam to them.
May just looks frustrated.
What is it?
A magical thing.
Ooh, what should we roll, Arcana? Trying to figure out what it is.
As you start looking at it, May says, "Yeah, it's magical."
Detect magic.
Detect magic? Yeah.
Do it.
This
Oh,
thing glows with magic.
Yeah, don't sass me, DM. What kind?
Yeah, what
I'm
kind?
gonna send a 10-minute ritual.
I'm trying.
Sorry.
Then give me 10
I'm
minutes. Then give me 10 minutes.
Can we look for like a reset switch or something?
Bright starts casting a spell.
Oh, Mirth?
Or, sorry, dang it. Mirth starts casting a spell.
He's so dumb.
Can I look around for like a switch or something?
Yeah, you could go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I give up.
I wish I gave you bardic inspiration going forward.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. You all work with the dice roller.
Oh, Lady Luck is harsh tonight.
Yeah.
She can be rough. Be rough.
Why can't you just let me persuade it?
I not saying you can't.
Okay.
I'm letting you roll for what you asked to roll. What do you want to do?
Can I persuade it?
What do you how are you persuading it? So while you decide how you're persuading a head that's laying on the ground, there is conjuration, divination, enchantment, and transmutation emanating from this massive head.
Interesting.
She's going to try to message it.
Okay. What are you messaging?
Classic May move. When in doubt,
Uh-huh.
ask for the
They
Wi-Fi.
didn't know what they were doing.
They didn't know what they were doing? Okay.
Try again, please.
The eyes blink twice.
Astoria is going to. So the eyes are still glowing, right?
They're still glowing. It's just steady
Okay.
glow. It's a
yeah.
dim glow, but it's a steady glow.
Yeah, she's gonna stand in front of the eyes and hold up 5 fingers. Say, am I holding up 5 fingers?
The eyes glow twice.
And so I say,
Yo, I think
Oh.
this thing understands us.
I think so too. Let me confirm. Just gonna hold up the same 5. Am I holding up 4 fingers?
The eyes flicker once.
That's what it means.
Am I cuter than Brahm?
Oh no.
The eyes flicker 3 times. And then give me a
Diplomatic.
and then give me a d20 roll.
Sure.
I mean, to be fair, Brahm looks like a metal man, so.
I got just a plain D20 roll. I got an 11 with no
Okay.
mod.
That's
I don't know. I
terrifying.
think it's broken.
What the head is. Okay.
Oof.
I think Hush will sort of walk over and like it's like I don't know what to do. I don't want to say hey, do you know if there's any like do you know what made that hole in the other room?
The eyes flicker 3 times. And give me a d20 roll.
Just a straight D20.
Straight d20. Thank you.
10.
No.
I had a thank you. This is great. Is there a way out?
The eyes flicker 3 times. Give me a d20 roll.
Oh, 16.
The eyes dim.
No.
It looks like they're about to go out.
Oh.
Oh dear, that's okay. Can't miss what we never had.
I mean, what were we gonna do with it? We
Yeah,
can't
like, we
bring it
know
out of
anything.
here.
We're dumb. We're fucking dumb.
I don't know what to ask this dude.
Except Except for May. May is fucking smart and perfect.
May's the only
May,
And
you're amazing.
flawless. And
You
May
asked a really
tolerates
good
us for
question.
reasons we don't know.
May
We are
like-
all but jesters in May's court.
There
Yeah,
is a tiny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What was that,
No, I
JD?
They just had some popcorn and she's just watching you all.
He's like, you dorks.
There is the slightest amount of light still within this skull, but it's not very much.
Oh, geez. Let's give it to someone smart. Now everybody jump.
Brom is dumb as hell that he's gonna ask it if its body's around somewhere. He wants to help it. Help the
It's-
terrible mecha that's
We
probably.
must put the Iron Giant back together.
Yeah!
He wants to
It-
be Superman.
This is the new.
Man.
It blinks 3 times, and the lights go out.
No.
It doesn't know where its body is, though. That's the
Aw.
last thing it said.
I didn't know anything.
It
I
did know
think
something. It knew that Brom was hotter than Mirth.
Oh, it was out of its mind. It was confused. It blinked 3 times.
Okay,
What was
I
the
love
right
this
answer?
group.
We killed her.
Wake up!
are
What's
you
the
gonna-
correct answer?
We broke our DM.
Oh, God. Okay.
What's so funny?
What's
It was a serious scene.
I love D&D.
We failed so badly. that night. There was something. Oh, there's something amazing that we were supposed to ask, and it would
Oh,
just
we fucked it up.
open everything. And we would know everything, and we would know we know who's at the end of this thing. I don't know, but we had one question.
Did you all have fun with it? Did you all have fun?
Mirth looks at his feet, ashamed.
Brom like looks mournfully at the head. He tried.
You had fun, right?
At least he tried to ask a helpful question.
We tried,
Mirth
guys.
can't meet anyone's eyes once it dawns on him that he wasted like a million questions on his dying breath.
Okay, so what are we doing next?
I suppose.
There's a tunnel that keeps going east.
Come on.
God, HP's dying.
The greatest adventure is what lies ahead.
Brom's not allowed to
Oh,
talk to
that just threw me back.
bodies anymore.
DM,
It's just
we're
going
really
down.
sorry.
May
I'm having a blast.
We know
May
you.
is like May just looks at you all like a long look, and then she just walks towards the tunnel.
Oh, Mirth. Oh. May's just like, I can't with you guys right
You
now.
really try. You give us all of the breadcrumbs, and we'll just kick
We're
them.
just gonna fart all over them. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The thing is out of character, I didn't realize it was myself. Shit.
Oh
Well-
man.
Everything happens for a reason. It-
Brom is going to he's gonna bless the decapitated head of the bestie that he never had.
I can't believe y'all. Ugh.
Rest in peace, big head.
And he will continue down the tunnel.
Man, I wonder what we could have asked him.
Well, you had a lot of questions that you wasted.
I know.
I said stop asking it questions.
You.
May was the only smart one. We could have thought very hard about our questions and answered them.
You had
What is
so
the meaning
many.
of
Give you a
life?
second chance.
oh, May's so mad at us.
Down the hall. May you come to another one of these ice slides that you're familiar with. As long as you take precautions, you can traverse down it safely.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Let's
down.
do that. Yay.
Wait a second, close your eyes.
No.
Okay.
I suppose.
Brom did not close his eyes.
I mean, I moved him down. I didn't see anything, but
Okay, you slide down, and as you make your way to the bottom, Brom, this room is much like the others. It is ice upon ice, a fairly smooth floor. But what is particular about this one is along the floor, half frozen in the floor itself, there are skeletons.
Ew.
They are just inches beneath the surface.
gross.
And there are 12 of these.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Ew. Do they look like old or are they like gooey?
So
Gooey.
weird thing about when things freeze under ice, there's a little bit of cavitation around them.
Hmm.
And there are some disturbing liquids toward the bottom, probably knee deep, so to speak.
Hmm. Gross.
And
good.
while you're down there, Mirth, will you give me a perception check?
I will. See. Um, 16?
16? So as everyone else slides down these stairs, and you're the last one at the top, you think that you hear footsteps in the ice behind you.
Mirth screams and jumps down the stairs.
Okay. There is a bowling sound as Mirth crashes into all of you at the bottom of the stairs.
I heard footsteps.
Oh,
May just laughs. Nothing else we can do.
It's worth the bruised tail to make May laugh again because
Yep.
her displeasure was the worst thing Mirth has felt since entering this dungeon. But in all seriousness, can I peer back up into the darkness or send a little of those dancing lights up or have another look at it?
Sure, you send the dancing lights up. It's about 30 feet to the top.
Yeah.
10 feet, 30 feet away, 10 feet up. You send the lights up. You see them glowing up there,
Yeah.
but you don't see anything.
Did any of you hear that? It really sounded like footsteps. No?
Can't say I did.
Maybe I'm going nuts.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm so scared. I'm scared now. I don't want to do this anymore.
Is that in character?
Crashes in the pile at the bottom.
just rocking. Like, I don't know.
We're
And
going to stay
we could
here
have
or
asked.
following.
The head could have told us something good. I know it. I just know it. I don't know what we should
It's
have
okay, Hush. Don't worry.
Oh,
We'll all work it out somehow.
oh.
Mirth does not sound convinced.
Brum pats his shoulder and kind of like wields his. He has the sword out all the time. He's just kind of like holding it out like a torch to look at everything in the area.
The shadows from all of you flicker in the light, dancing along the walls, the icy walls. You can almost... You get this weird feeling. It's almost as if your shadows are moving within the ice, but that's just a trick of the light.
Surely. Yeah.
So, did you say that there are skeletons underneath the ice?
Yes, there are 12 of them.
Are they humanoid or dragonborn or gnolls?
They,
What do they look
they
like?
appear humanoid.
Can we
They're,
just do
they're
this very
spread all around the room.
Oh, okay.
Let me here. So there's like one over here. They're kind of all. Why isn't
And
it?
they're like just under the surface, like enough to make the surface of the ice bumpy, or like just enough to be fucking disgusting and terrifying.
You can see them just a couple inches under the surface.
Ew. Okay.
And it's almost reaching up in a way.
Oh, okay.
Is this like the vampires again? Like another
Is-
another what's it called? A larder for the vampires.
No, this looks very different from those.
Question, what's on the ceiling? Oh, sorry, go ahead, May.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is there a way to like hug the wall as we're walking so that we're not over the skeletons?
Oh yeah, they're spread out enough. You can walk around them without any difficulty.
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Yeah, let's not stay
this-
I was just like, I don't want to test that. Like, best case scenario, you get a bunch of like disturbing fluids on you. Worst case scenario, they're undead. So it's like it's not good either way.
Yeah.
The ceilings are 30 feet high.
Is there like a water source dripping out of it? Like, what's
No.
locking these suckers in?
That's
Boredom. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, that's funny. Mirth kind of squats down a safe distance from one and stares at it and goes, "How do you think these got in here? Were they dead already? Did they get eaten up by a gelatinous cube and then dropped down in here and frozen? Did water come from an... Yeah?
You see those fluids? They probably died down there.
Yeah. Which implies it wasn't always ice. Which is interesting. Are there
I
any
mean,
weapons frozen underneath?
everyone just stop for a second. Oh wait, no, I unmarked them. Never mind. So
Oh, okay.
unless I leave this up to Squiggles. May made the announcement that everyone was avoiding the skeletons. Hush,
Yes.
did you walk over one on purpose or not? Or are you dodging them too?
I was dodging them too. Yeah. I was,
Okay, just want to clarify.
moving
Oh,
around.
God.
I forgot I took the marks away and then you walked.
Yeah, I didn't know where they were. I was just sort of walking like.
Sorry.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Jove
I
starts
think
with an eye.
Hush is curious, so he would get close just to see, like, if he can see any distinguishing features or anything like that on them. But like, I don't think he would touch them.
I have a thing that Brom would do.
Okay.
actually. He is going to. Wow, I forgot what it's called. Wow, it's been a long time. He's gonna use his divine sense to see if they're undead. I was gonna have him bless them since they're dead, but it occurs to me that being a paladin, he would probably do this first, to make sure they're not undead before he tried to put holy water on them.
Mm.
So I am going to read this real quick.
Uh-oh.
Yes. So all 12 of the skeletons reflect back to you as undead.
Oh,
Oh, my dudes
Uh-oh.
are... Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
He's gonna tell everyone here that the fellas under the ice are not just dead, they're undead.
And
oh,
this is
poison.
odd, but as close as you are to them, all the undead seems concentrated in the liquids around their feet and their legs.
Huh.
He'd say they're probably a new kind of gross skelly bones. Can I do knowledge religion and get another one to see if he knows what they are?
You can do a
Undead
knowledge
jelly.
religion if you'd like. Go ahead.
Alright. Come on, Brom. 16!
Hey, that's not bad.
16. You're able to get close enough to one to get a look without getting too close to it. And as you get up to the ice and kind of peer through, you rub off a layer of rime, and you can see what you thought was a liquid within the legs around the bones. It's not. It's almost a smoke, and as you rack your brain for undead, it's a shadow.
Oh.
It is the essence of their very soul clinging to the body still.
Oh man.
Oh, that's... What a ugh.
You would explain this to the group, and part of Brom would love to waste time sending them all back to the Shadow Realm.
Oh my god.
Shadows appear, alright.
That scared me.
One.
What?
After Brom points it out, all of you can see more clearly that yes, what at first just seemed like the disintegrated liquids or something of them is moving slightly, rippling almost as if on unseen winds.
Yeah, can I?
No.
Yeah, out of this room.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Like I
it's a good idea.
Full stealth.
No.
remember at the beginning of this. I said I wanted to get out quickly.
Full stealth.
Okay.
I
Just-
think we should run now.
Which way you going? There's
Let's go far away.
There is a way out, up this way, down this way, and looks like something goes this way down here.
Oh, for God's sake! Which one has wind coming out of it, like they do in all the story? We gotta go to the one with the wind.
If you would like to take a moment to attempt to perceive any wind, I would allow it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's perceive. Let's figure out which path is not as bad as the others.
Hal licks his finger and just holds it in the air.
There you go.
So that
19.
I have no
Is there
memory
any
of this
passage where-
place.
Oh. Well.
I got a 25.
You are even
Ooh.
more certain that there is not a breath of wind in this entire iceberg. If there
Oh.
is, it leads back behind from the way you came.
Well, actually, you know what? Which passageway is the skinniest? That is least likely for them to be able to fit easily.
They're in.
The shadows that are made of amorphous, smoky solar
I was like,
material.
what?
I was like, they're.
Well, obviously the ice slowed them down, presumably.
I don't know. I kind of like the one with the least amount of them around it.
That's so smart. Let's do it.
Go straight
Yes.
across. Yeah.
The safest way possible, please.
Brom is gonna wait until everyone's crossed before going, just because he's the one with the killy fighting powers against darkness.
Should we just go straight east?
Yeah, let's do it.
Making our way. All right. We're booking it.
Heading east? Okay.
Let us know when we need to, when our characters
Let me
would be
adjust
prompted to not jump into the jaws of death.
Yes, please.
This area that opens up down the hall
Mm.
has 10-foot high ceilings. Much, much shorter than any ceiling you've been to before. And the entirety of it, so actually I need to stop you outside of it.
So,
The entirety of it is covered in icicles that nearly touch the floor, almost like stalactites.
Ooh, cool.
A reverse forest of ice.
Wow.
Ooh.
Some
That's
have
so
broken
pretty.
off. You can see that they've broken off in a way that leads. You get a color that's easier to see. So there are paths that weave through them, going this direction, and this direction, and that direction. So there are paths broken through them. Hush fits comfortably through the passage. Brahm, you would have to break more icicles to fit.
oh, well,
And just so you all know, I cannot do any more icicle throwing today. You're just gonna have to die.
Oh wow.
Oh. You have two
Right,
options.
As we're leaving, by the way, Mirth is gonna wave his hand and cast Minor Illusion to make a wall of opaque ice behind us. Who knows?
Sure. As you stand looking at this forest of stalactites, you hear something in the distance, a yip, yip, yip.
no.
Not again.
Is it more gnolls? Oh, goody.
Too
Oh,
hard to tell which way it comes from as it echoes through the icy hall.
Yeah, especially in this ice mirror labyrinth place. Well,
Can I try and scout ahead to see which is like if I get a little bit closer to like inside the room, because you said Hush is able to maneuver
Yep.
right through. Would there be a way to like listen out to see where that sound is coming from, and then go in another direction.
You can start heading toward any of those passageways, and when you get to the head of that or that passage, then I'll let you make another check.
Okay. All right. So I'll go down here, being as careful as possible, and then, yeah.
Hush disappears into the stalactites for a moment. I need you to give me a stealth. Oh wait, you did. A perception check. You get through the stalactites, and there's another one of those stairwells that go down somewhere.
Okay.
This one not quite as deep as the others.
Yeah.
With a 15, you feel a warm breath across your ear
No.
that says, "What are you doing in here?"
I'm looking for you.
There's no response.
God damn it! Hello.
Do you hear that? Mirth says, panicked as he hears "God damn it" in the distance.
Yeah, I heard somebody say "God damn it."
You definitely heard Hush's voice say, "God damn it."
Oh, good. Okay, it's hushed. We won't play Mirth.
What
that
a
joke.
strange thing for the voices to say.
Strange thing for the gnolls to say.
Sorry.
I'm gonna say, hey, I think I found a way down here. But also
Okay.
be very scared because there's voices around me for no reason. Why?
Oh no.
Oh, bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way back through and say, okay, I think there's a way down towards the south. I think we're going south. But there doesn't seem to be any other sounds apart from the sounds in my head.
The what?
The what?
Hey, Mirth takes your hand gently and sort of looks into your eyes and slow down. The voices in your head, like what you talked about earlier.
Yeah, there's something following me, or it's talking to me. Just keep saying, "What are you doing? Where are you? What are
Well,
you
tell
doing?"
it to fuck off. We have to focus on other stuff right now. We've got you.
Okay.
You're with us, and until it appears physically in front of us and we can throw Braum at it, nothing to fear. Don't let it psych you out. And Mirth kind of gives you like a rocky shoulder shake, like get back in the ring kind of a thing.
Okay. Rubs his
Mirth,
shoulders.
you
Yeah.
And
Mirth,
Brom kind of
very
turns his head hearing his name. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just, May was just saying, Murphy said something very smart and sensible.
Does May say that to Mirth?
Yes. Yes.
Mirth swoons. Mirth immediately is like, I have to be like this person I just was forever now. Senpai must notice me.
Damn
No, the camera. It was going so well.
it. See it.
Oh, but
happening.
the picture
See
is
it.
so good though.
It's such a good picture.
Very good picture.
See it timing out. I could just see the camera doing it. I was like, oh.
No.
So there is a path to the south, but so too is there a path to the northeast and to the east. So there are paths. Now the only one you can fit through them all comfortably. Brahm's gonna have to break icicles to get through. The other three of you, well, actually we know that Mirth is actually pretty tall. Also, you'd probably have to break a few to get through.
Okay.
Also.
Follow Braum.
All right. Brom.
Do you want to follow the path, or do you just want to break a really short path right here?
You guys okay if he breaks a small path here?
That's fine.
Yep. Break up that path.
Alternatively, you can break a path up here, but
Get out a snow cone.
he's gonna
Snow
he's
cone?
gonna pull a Chris Redfield and just punch through.
You follow the button sequence on the screen and break your way through the ice, cutting through about a 10-foot swath while Hush had gone 30 or 40 feet out of the way. You find yourself at the top of another one of these ice slides.
All right, maybe not.
Just a little one.
Why do I feel like our DM loves putting us through these stupid things?
Yeah.
How far down? How many sites have we gone down so far?
You have gone down only an extra like 15 or 20 feet because you
Okay.
went down, then you went back up, and then you went down, and then you went down. Well, you're given the option to go down again.
I'm trying to go down, I think, because I want to get to the bottom of the hole, right? That really long hole. I think
You slide down. The the room is 25 feet high and domed at the top. There almost appears to be icicles. It's almost like a ring crown around the bottom of the dome.
Ooh.
A coincidence, perhaps, maybe crafted. It's hard to tell. But otherwise, this icy cavern is empty.
Can I do a quick perception behind us again? Do we
You
hear
may,
any
go ahead.
creepy voices or pattering sounds or any suspicious nonsense? Let's see. I don't know. I got a 6.
You turn at the top of the stairs and take a look
Coast is clear.
into this stalactite forest. You see the massive hole that Braum broke in it, the much smaller path going the other way, and you shrug and slide down the ice slide.
All right.
I hate it here. I just
This dungeon is vile. I love it. I haven't had a good dungeon crawl in a long time.
All right, let's investigate that room.
Looking around, it's empty. There doesn't appear to be anything of interest in this room.
Okay.
The acoustics good.
Go down.
The acoustics
All
are actually pretty decent, yeah.
Dale.
Yeah.
Daylight coming.
You becoming a bard now, Hush?
Yeah.
Yes. Multi-class.
I'm being inspired.
Peer
Oh my
pressure.
god, what if Hush multi-classes into bard?
Bard
Oh god.
inspiration, baby.
Can you imagine?
It's
Amazing.
okay. Left or right? Left or right?
I want to say left.
To the left, to the left.
Wait, is that
What?
our left?
I'm just gonna ping it. I'm just gonna ping it.
Oh, okay.
That's my right.
Left on the map.
Braum sticks his head in the other room. Oh, okay.
I mean,
I was like, oh, I made this unclear.
This must be the way, because we've
Sometimes-
gone up and around and down, so we must be coming close to the hole now, right? This must be the end of the hole, right? Hello.
sometimes
You-
An arrow.
There's an arrow. That's scary.
You find yourself at the bottom of one of these icy slides. This one going up about 10 feet or so, or 20 feet or so. Looking around, this room has uneven ice along the floor. Not enough to be a problem, but it's almost as though it broke and reset, like the sea of moving ice in miniature, frozen solid. It's actually a bit surprising. You have more grip here than probably any other place so far. It's mostly empty, 20 feet high, arced a little bit at the top, and a narrow tunnel that leads to the southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah, don't trust it.
What?
Can we see what's under the ice?
This ice isn't translucent as other parts of the floor have been. These are rough and covered in rime.
Okay, I don't trust this.
May's like, I don't trust this as Brom wanders away to the south, bringing the light with him.
With Hush following straight after Brom, because, you know. Do.
Go ahead and stop, you two. I'm going to stick you a little bit, not quite as deep in the room as you went.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't.
no.
Is there something I can roll because I do not trust this at all?
What do you go ahead and give me a perception check, maybe, or investigation, whichever sounds good.
Yeah, I'm not going any further until I do this. You
Okay.
all can go to your deaths if you like, but I'd rather you didn't. But perception. Please be a good one. 16.
16. Sorry, I hit a bad button on my computer and it yelled at me very loudly.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, 16 for perception.
Oh.
As you're looking around, there doesn't seem to be anything notable about the ice itself. It doesn't seem threatening or dangerous. It seems stable. But you do, at the edge of your hearing, you hear something from within this next chamber. You just hear a deep exhalation breath.
Ugh. Excuse me. That was a noise. Oh no! People just came and I screamed like that.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Welcome,
Lost
welcome.
Caravan.
May's not going to go any further. She's going to wait for somebody else to go further.
Okay, May freezes in her tracks as Brahm marches confidently into the room with Hush right on his heels.
So do we heal the Do we heal? Do we hear the exhalation, all of us, or is it primarily for the noodles?
So the exhalation was what May heard when she stopped to try and figure out what was
Oh.
going on.
Got it. Okay.
Do.
Brahm and Hush, as you walk in, you take
so
a few
bad at D&D.
steps and you hear,
So
you
bad.
also hear this exhalation. This, and as you turn to follow it, you see a being.
Oh.
It stands almost leaning against that back wall. And as you're taking a look closer, it's not whole. It seems as though the bottom half disappears, fading away. As the head turns in your direction, it begins to speak to you. Ah, there we go. Oh, come on, thing. Have it here.
My face is just. I'm not frozen. I'm just
We're
scared.
just held in suspense right now.
Oh, I know what I have to. There it is. Show everyone. Show the players.
Oh.
It turns.
Oh.
The body beneath it fading into smoke. And looking at you, it breathes again and begins to speak. Je fais meste de loca de mare qui est situdes de la centra de via parmeto de aqua.
Hey, Astoria, you can speak tongues, right? Says Tia.
Sesleo Klimpala. Do any of you speak Elvish?
I
Oh,
do.
I do. Brom does.
Oh,
Yes.
do I?
Yeah.
No.
All of us do.
I'm a story. Let's go.
We all
My man
took it in
Tim
high school.
Barnes, when's his
I don't know
mixtape
what I-
dropping?
No, I Elvish. Thought I did.
The
Yes.
voice is steeped in malevolence and hatred, and there is a ring of Elvish to it. But while the sounds are there, and you can catch a word or two, they don't make sense. It's not
No.
what you would expect.
Netherly. Damn it.
But if you do speak Elvish, you can give me an intelligence check, and I will let you know how many words you pick out.
No.
Oh, come on.
Brom is stupid. Why-
Unfortunate.
No,
one-
he's so dumb.
That was a save.
Oh,
Which-
well, it was a natural one anyway, so it didn't
Yeah.
matter, now did it?
Same with Brom. Brom rolled a 5.
Oh, that's the best
You-
day.
You can't catch any words at all.
No.
But after a moment, the being locks eyes with you. And it's almost as though it's waiting.
Oh, did it ask a question?
It probably did.
See if it can speak in. Well, I'm not there. Never mind.
Good.
Oh, the rest of you can come in shortly after.
Mhm.
But I'll just give what these two are going to do as the relevant bit. So,
We're
Brom
just
and Hush, what do you do in response as this thing waits?
Brom still has his light sword held out into the darkness, illuminating this horrible thing. Does he know what it is? Did I roll for that? Am I stupid? Yeah, he did. He knew.
You recognize it as a wraith.
Okay.
Hush is leaning into Brom like, dude, what is that?
Brom whispers the wraith. And he's gonna share. He whispers some info at it, but info at Hush, but also will address it directly in Elvish and hope that this thing understands something. We're just passing through. We don't have any qualm with you.
The creature turns its head and tilts, seeming to pick up the words you're speaking. And it does respond in Elvish. Cursed be those who gaze upon the horror that Dracareth has become. Such promise wasted, lost in this cold sepulchre. Where were you? Centuries, years, so very long ago, when he was in the prime of life. Where were you when the frigid cold consumed him?
I wasn't born. Brom, honestly.
Then you are no good to Draketh now. Nothing remains but frozen bones, ancient treasures, and my wrath.
Oh God.
And that is
Oh.
where we will end for this evening.
No!
Yeah.
I don't think there was any reasoning with the spirit that has gone mad in an ice cave.
No, exactly. He was hoping.
Yeah.
I'll tell a tale of yore and the one character that the old party that I DM'd for bonded with, but we can do that another.
Yep.
Save that tale for another day.
Well, thank you, chat, for joining us. That's where we're going to wrap the actual gameplay for this evening. We'll take just a couple minutes to wind down together on stream before we break out and head into our beds or on to the rest of our evenings. So I thank you for joining us. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, conundrums, or qualms, now is the time to address them. Players, if there's anything you want to bring up, now's a great time for that. Otherwise, we'll just take 5 minutes or so before signing off and taking off.
Could you all really ask that cat all of those questions?
Goodbye.
I mean, to be fair, I did want to set a minimum database so we at least knew what the blinks meant. That's all I wanted to do.
What?
Some smart stuff there. You know, we
Mirth had no idea what he was doing.
The fun
That was
thing
cute.
about that head, I love that stinking head in the text. So in the as written, it understands Elvish and Loris, and I've kind of hand waved that away because it was not deep enough in the dungeon for that to be apparent. The wraith that you just ran into, it's been apparent and you've been able to piece together. It uses Draconic script. It sounds like Elvish, so there's a reason to speak Elvish to it. There wasn't with the Golem yet, so I changed that so it just understood. And in this, it just says it's just there. It doesn't in the text. It doesn't know that much really.
what?
But
No,
it does know some things, and it knows some helpful things. And it gives some examples. And then I sat here kind of listening to how this was progressing, and I could hear Heck was establishing the rules. In fact, I DM'd Heck real quick because Heck picked up right away that it was answering yes, no, and something else, but then asked a question that it didn't respond to that it seemed like it should have. And I think Heck kind of accidentally added something to the end of the question where it wasn't a yes or no
Yeah, it
question
was because
anymore.
like I heard myself talking over someone else, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like kind of back off because like everyone else kind of wants to figure out their thing. So I was like, that's fine.
No, it's not.
But yeah, but
Intervene.
it was a time I sent a message just basically that said, "You've got it." Just wanted to let you know why it didn't respond. And as you started asking questions after that, I started realizing, oh, well, looking at the party we have, I don't know what in the hell they're gonna ask this thing, and it might be a while. So I have to put some kind of time limit on this.
Yeah.
And so I started asking for a D20 roll. And I started at 20. So if you would have rolled a 20 on the first one, you would have got one answer after that. And every time you asked a question, I started to reduce that. I actually started at like 19 because I was like, oh, they've asked a bunch of questions, but I don't want to make it 12 right away. So I started subtracting, and each roll I was checking on the lowering DC until there was the question for your last chance. And Brom asked if it knew where its body was, and it said, I don't know, and died.
So sad.
He just wanted to help him.
That is death.
Kind of just reflects on its losses and dies. It's like,
So sad. I know.
There's something amazing we could have asked.
Rom's so stupid, honestly. Like, he
I
really
love him.
wants to help. He got no brain.
The altar isn't really that helpful either, but yes, it does do something. So that sort of stuff just kind of amuses me from the DM side of things, because I know I've written adventures before, and you put this stuff in here, and there's always this temptation as a DM to just tell you what you need to do. Messing around with the altar thing, just tell you what you need to do, and it'll be all set. But at the same time, especially with this party, which I absolutely adore. I adore how all of you are playing the party. I adore how the party comes together. Hush has been a hysterical addition to the party. You all have exactly one brain cell that you can use once a day, and he talks for an hour and a half about something specific and then turns off. And it is so beautiful. And then May is just in the background going, what are you guys doing? Have you ever adventured before? And it's beautiful, and I appreciate all of you greatly, and you create a very fun little party that I'm having a blast with. I do like leaving things unanswered as far as what stuff does. I think that's a funny part of Dungeons and Dragons in general. Just seeing the reaction, you walk away. I think Al said at one point, they said, oh, you can't miss what you didn't have.
Yeah.
I just immediately went,
Beautiful.
Perfect. Any other thoughts before we say our goodbyes?
it's beautiful.
All right. Well, we are going to quickly go around the horn. Tell us quickly who you are, where to find you, and one of the things you're doing in the near future. And we will work our way around, starting with Heck.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, as per usual, tonight I played Astoria, the ASMR lore bard. You can find me on all the social medias at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place. Just find me as the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I wander a whole lot. Most notably, though, you can find me tomorrow over on Indoor Adventures with our next episode of our 1986 West End Ghostbusters campaign. On Monday, catch me right back here for Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. We had a whole lot of emotions last episode, so we're gonna hopefully process them. Please let them process them, these poor characters, oh my god. And then, most notably, next week as well, on Tuesday, May 2nd, you can catch me over on ESP TTRPG for our for real stream premiere of Into the Old Margrave. It is a Into the Woods style campaign. We're all a bunch of himbos, and it is the best already. We've established a good chemistry, and I'm very excited for everyone to see it. That's enough out of me. Let's keep on keeping on.
Down and around over to Al.
Yeah, I'm Al Lucart. I am a Sapphire artist, and I love playing in this game. I play Mirth, our Copper Dragonborn bard. I'll put a link to the places that you can find me in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you all next time that we game in Cold Hands.
Over to T.
Hi, I'm T, and currently I'm not doing too much, except playing here. So I will be here in 1 month. Play this game again.
Fabulous. Janie?
Janie Pot 7575 on social media. I played May, the other bard who has apparently done this all before. And is just watching you with amusement. Tomorrow I'm on Singularity at I don't know what time I'm on there. I don't know anymore. I always mess it up.
Sometime in the evening over on Singularity, a fantastic channel to go check out at your convenience. Up to our guest for the evening, Squiggles.
Hey, I'm Squiggles. I've been playing the lovable rogue by the name of Hush. You can find me all over the interwebs as well as Squiggles. It's spelled SQWGGLZ because I'm a psychopath. And that is where you'll be able to find me is probably here. And I think it's going to be is it not in 2 weeks? It's in a couple of weeks' time, if I remember correctly. But yeah, if there's other TTRPG things that I get invited to, then I'll let you know.
Perfect. I am the Last Hit Point Hero. As has been mentioned, we are off 2 weeks from now, but 2 weeks after that, we are back. So a month from now, join us right here to have a little bit more fun in this ice cave and see, what the dramatic wraith has to say. I'm sure it's
Drama
friendly.
wraith.
Yeah, it's
Drama wraith.
Drama wraith.
I mean, come on, they're created out of drama. Like,
True.
there's no other kind. You have to be maximum drama to be a wraith.
It's true. It's true. So we will be back a month from now. Thank you for joining us this evening. Do take a look at these amazing players, the wonderful things that they are doing, the wonderful people that they are. But above all else, be good. That's the rule. See ya.